In this video, I'm going to share with you some hidden secrets that you may not know exist, but could be very useful to you if you knew they existed. So let's go through a few of them. So first of all, if you look at this mailbox I'm looking at, upper left-hand corner, it says I'm in inbox BCI GWS, which is my Burris Consulting Google Workspace account. If I hit the back arrow, then it brings me back to the list of all the mailboxes, and down below you can see 5 different accounts. TLB Business, BCI GWS, Yahoo, Teddy and Gmail, and iCloud. Those are the email accounts that I have connected to Apple Mail. Now, here's a couple things on this screen that may be worth looking at. First of all, this is a really big secret that most people don't know about. It's called the long press, the long press. If I put my finger down here on iCloud and just hold it gently, then I can drag iCloud up and I can reposition it in the list. I can grab on Teddy and Gmail, hold gently, and then I can drag it up and reposition it in the list. Just a cool little tactic that may make it easier for you to see the email accounts that are important to you. Furthermore, up top, I can click on unread, hold it gently, and then drag it all the way up and put unread up top. So unread, by the way, is all of the unread messages in all of my email accounts. Again, hold my finger on it gently, and I can drag it back down and put it somewhere else. Additionally, we have the edit button. If I click the edit button, in this screen, you can see not only can I grab the 3 lines over on the left, or excuse me, the right, and move those around, which is very similar to what we had an ability to do down below, but I can also uncheck flagged, unchecked VIP, maybe even check messages for today, and I can decide which mailboxes I want to see. Furthermore, we can create a new mailbox if we want to, and all that's going to do is allow you to take messages that came into a different mailbox and move them and put them in this mailbox. But again, you can turn off and turn on what you want to see, and you can move around the list and then hit done. Now let's go into a mailbox. If I go into BCI GWS and I hit inbox, it brings me into the inbox for my Burris Consulting Incorporated Google Workspace account. Now let's talk about the same thing, long press. If I press on this first message, just hold gently. I don't need to press hard. Up comes a preview. That's pretty interesting. Can I scroll down? And not only the preview, but I can reply. I can reply all, I can forward, I can check mark it as flagged, mark as unread, move to junk, whatever I want to do. I can also say notify me so I can do something with this at a later time. I can mute this message thread so it doesn't alert me that I have a new message in that thread. I can move the message to another inbox, I can throw it in the trash, or I can block the contact. Again, all of that is based on the concept of gently holding your finger on a message, just gently. You can preview it, and then you go down and you find all these actions that you can do on a message. And click anywhere off it, and it goes away. Another action that may be something you don't know about is swipe left and swipe right. If I swipe to the left, it brings up trash, flag, or more. And under more is the same thing we saw earlier. I can reply all, forward, trash, and all of these other options. Again, remind me, flag, mark as unread, etc., 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 including block the contact. Hit the X and closes that down. Now, if I swipe to the right, I have unread, mark it as unread. It's already read, so I can mark it as unread. Or remind me. And when I hit remind me, I can say, remind me an hour to look at this. Remind me tonight, remind me tomorrow, remind me later, and later allows me to change the date and or the time to get that reminder. Something else that you may want to pay attention to, if I actually go into a message and I hit reply, and I hit just reply, and I type whatever I want, blah, 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 blah. When you hold your finger on the send button, don't punch the send or click the send, but hold your finger on it gently. It brings up send now, send at 9 p.m. tonight, or send later, which will allow me to choose the date and time that I want to send this reply back. Furthermore, if I create a new message and I'm going to send this to Teddy, let's send it to Teddy Burris, let's do this, this is a test, And the same thing here, if I hold my finger on the send button, it lets me send now, send at 9 o'clock tonight, send later, choose a date and time to send this new message. Again, the same actions, same available actions as sending a reply. Another action that you may not be aware of that could be useful to you, and that is drafts. So if I hold my finger on this message right here and I hit reply, and I type a message, hang on. When I hit the X in the upper left-hand corner, I have the ability to delete the draft or save the draft. So I'm going to save the draft. By the way, that draft was saved in the drafts folder because that was a Google Workspace account, in the Google Workspace drafts folder, not just on the iPhone. However, what I want to share with you is the slight pause of pressure. And when I go down to the message button to do a new message, if I hold my finger on it, look what comes up. New message or previous drafts. I can open up that draft that I started with Teddy Burris and I can complete it and then I can send it. And by the way, once a message is saved in drafts, if I want to get rid of it, I can swipe to the left and hit trash and it deletes it from the drafts. Again, not only on the iPhone, but back in the Gmail account that this is in. A couple other things that you may not be aware of in Apple Mail. I'm going to go into my Teddy BCI Gmail. In the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you see the little 3 stack. If I click on that, I have the ability to filter unread messages. But not only filter unread, I can click on the word unread, and I can filter for flag, addressed to me, carbon copy to me, only filter messages with attachments, only mail sent today. Those are the ways that you can filter the messages, again, in Apple Mail while you're looking at a specific inbox or a specific mailbox. 2 more things that may be useful to you. Number 1 is undo send. If I go create a new message and I said I want to send it to Teddy, and I choose Teddy Burris, and I put a message in here, and I hit send, look up top. See the little where it says undo send? If I click on that, it'll undo sending that message and let me correct it, update it, put it, if I forgot to put the attachment, whatever, or I can hit the X and I can delete it. Again, it's called undo send, and it works on in any mailbox. If I can send a message to BCI GWS, put whatever I want, and if I hit the send, you got to look at it real quickly here. It's undo send. Now, the undo send is a part of settings in Mail. Let me spend a few minutes to show that to you. If I go to settings over here, and I go to the Mail app, I go to apps, and I go to Mail. Let me get to it, a little bit long list. Now, if I scroll down, I should see not only lots of other things that may be worthy of you looking at, but there's an unsend option. It should be right here. There's the very bottom, undo send delay. I have it set for 20 seconds. I can set it for 30, 10 seconds, or turn it off. I'm an advocate of having it be at least something, give you at least a few moments / seconds to make a decision like, yes, that was good, or oh my God, I wish I hadn't done that. Undo send. The other thing to share with you is archive versus delete. If I go to in here, look at my message, turn off this filtering, and if I look to see this message I want to get rid of, if I drag it to the left, you'll see I have clear and I have more. Under more, you see I have trash. Now that's because I've turned on trash for this account. And so it puts it in the trash. And then if I go back, and if you go down here, I think there was a BCI GWS, we'll look at trash, there's that message that I just deleted. Now, you may want to archive versus trash. And here's the difference. Trash, it goes in the trash can, it sits for 30 days. 30 days from now, it goes away unless you go in 30 days and get it back. Archive, it never goes away. And really all archive is move it out of the inbox and leave it in the all mailbox. This is a concept of Gmail. But if you want trash versus archive or archive versus trash, the way you adjust that, again, you go back to settings. In settings, you go to mail, and in mail, I go to mail accounts. You've got to go, this is by account. Now under mail accounts, let's go pick any one of these accounts. I'll pick iCloud. And you want to go down to mailbox behaviors, and there it is right there. Move discarded messages into deleted or archived. You make that decision by email accounts. If I go to BCI GWS, I think it's under advanced settings. I got to go to advanced again. And there it is, move discarded message into deleted or archived. Make a decision what you want to do, but know this, if you're going to use the archived mailbox, some mailboxes have a limit of size, so you may have to plan to come into your mailbox, whether you do that on the iPhone or do it on your web browser. Go in there and get rid of some of your old archived messages to clear out space. Hey, I'm Teddy. If you learned something really new from this video, comment below and let me know which one of these tips was the most useful to you. And I will keep creating more content to keep doing what I'm supposed to do, and that is help people get more value out of their technology.